Join us live tomorrow night on our YouTube page, bFb DFW, where we will be, unfortunately, doing a very boring post-game show tomorrow night for the Dallas Mavericks and the Portland Trailblazers.
We're talking about the Mavericks.
The Mavericks aren't boring.
That's a tough matchup right now.
No, it's not a tough matchup. The Mavericks aren't boring. The Portland Trailblazers are the one that's boring. I mean, this team is they're going for a draft pick. So,
well, I hope so.
Hopefully,
we need that win.
Yeah, we do need to win. But join us live tomorrow night as me and Kendrick will be doing post game for the Dallas Mavericks and the Portland Trailblazers on bFb DFW. Search it up now. Go subscribe. Post game interviews from Coach Kidd and players on the team.
Are you ready?
Oh, wait a minute.
Are you what?
I didn't even get to start the segment before you sent me the message, man. It's Kevin Gray.
I told him on Twitter, and he came.
I just started the
Thank
segment.
you, Kevin. I was about to say, are you ready to apologize? Are you ready to apologize?
Okay, listen. So a while back, me and Kevin Gray were doing a show for a minute, and Kevin Gray said the Mavericks are going to win 50 games.
Right.
And I told him, you know, you're crazy. There's no way that this Mavs team is going to win 50 games with this
way in hell.
With this roster.
Yeah.
Now, I did say last night I could put an asterisk by it.
Oh, don't even.
I could, but I'm not. I'm going to give Kevin Gray his flowers. I'm going to give Kevin Gray his flowers. I'm going to give him. He stuck by the team when I didn't at that point in time, because I even said, listen, I'm okay with the Mavs if they don't even make the playoffs, because this is the first year with Coach Kidd. Coach Kidd's got to fill out who's going to be here, who's not. I never blame a coach for his first year with the team.
Right.
So,
you had no faith in Coach Kidd. That's cool. That's what you're saying.
No, I just.
That's what you're saying.
I didn't have any expectations for Coach Kidd. Is what it is. So, Kevin Gray said 50 wins. I said 45, and Kevin Gray looks right now.
What do you mean, looks right about now? He is right.
Even though
5-0.
Even though they made a trade.
What does that have to do?
Because I said with this roster. Those are my words.
Oh, so you want to go on a technicality now? Look at you. He's trying to back out. Be a man and just take the loss.
I just said I'm going to give him his flowers.
Okay. But you know what? You can't give the flowers and then say something at the end of it.
I'm going to put it. I said I could put it, but I'm not going to do that. Kevin Gray was right.
That's
I was wrong.
Like
I said last night on the post-game show. And you shouldn't even talk. You have no room to talk.
I didn't make
I'm just talking about you have no room to talk. You didn't even want Coach Kidd. So don't even go there with me. But let's get back to the issue at hand. Last night, the Dallas Mavericks took on the Detroit Pistons, and felt like the Mavericks were doing a little front running last night. Just want to throw that out there.
It felt like it. You know, I kept don't tell anybody at work. I'm not supposed to do anything, but sometimes I look at the score and I'm like, whoa, shouldn't we be blowing this team out? Like,
exactly.
Like I was like.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's going on? But listen, that's okay. What he said.
Kevin Gray says no technicalities here. You're right, Kevin Gray. You won fair and square. You were right. I was wrong.
Don't say anything else. That's it.
I got nothing else to say. You're 100% right.
But looking through, but they eventually got it, and I can understand why a team would do this. You're coming off a gritty win, which, by the way, Sunday's win against the Milwaukee Bucks, probably their best win of the season so far. I mean, they literally went up, and at points, Milwaukee looked.
I understand how we go to Washington, can't figure out how to beat Washington, but turn around and beat.
Because who'd you face?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Not who'd you face on Sunday? The defending champion.
Right.
That's why.
But
they rise to the occasion.
How do you not want to beat Washington now?
They don't give
and you got blown out by Washington.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like KP was like the main instrument of them doing it.
He actually was. He was.
Seemed like that was a whole team effort. That was not KP doing it. You know what that?
He was the leading scorer.
I think no. You know what I felt like? I felt like the Mavericks just like whatever. They didn't care.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what it was. It wasn't like, in my opinion.
No, the Mavericks were trying. You know how you know they're trying? They still had Luke on the court.
The coaching staff was trying. The players weren't trying.
Well,
and you look
at a time. Why would you fork over a game or say I don't care about a game when you're trying to get the third seed?
They're the Mavericks. They do those kind of crazy things.
Okay.
Listen, but look at that. You got to give them the flowers and say, hey, they came back on Sunday afternoon. By the way, where most it's. I don't like playing noon games. Why would the players do? But they came back. They went on the road and faced Milwaukee and took them down. And a gritty one, too, because they didn't have Maxi Kleber for it. And for the first half of that game, the defensive effort showed. Giannis looked like he was just getting free reign to the basket. It looked...
Oh, so now you guys understand when I say I don't care about Maxi knocking down threes right now. I just need him on the board for defense. You need him for defense. You need
a lot, no, but you need more than Maxey. I mean, and
Maxey's your guy right now.
I know
in the paint.
And Dwight Powell, I love him, but he's not going to get it all the time.
No, he's not.
And sometimes it shows. He looks like he's in a blender.
But Dwight Powell, I think he played his best game in the Milwaukee game.
He did.
He balled.
He came out and he played well. Offensively, I think defensively he had some moments where he looked like he was caught in a blender.
I think he had a double-double that night.
Right, but I'm saying defensively, he didn't.
Hey, listen, as long as he getting the rebound, he was doing his job.
Okay, fine. That's fine. But I'm saying
he was giving you effort on both ends of the court. That's all I can ask for.
But what was more impressive was the second half of that game. Is that they came back and they pulled within. I think they pulled them within 3 at one point, and then they just took over the lead, and they kept the lead. At one point, I was a little worried in the fourth quarter, but they kept the lead.
We like to call him Finney Swish.
Yeah.
He got hot.
He did.
Finney Swish got
hot. And again, your co-host on the Mavericks postgame show, Mr. Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering about his. He was very upset about that contract extension. Now it looks a little genius. Actually, he looks a little underpaid now.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
So, and that's why I like that win. To me, one of the best wins of the season. Detroit again.
No, the best win of the season I think was the Golden State.
That one is too, but you got to put the Milwaukee up there. So close to the playoffs, you needed that type of win. And here's why I look at it: you don't want to go sliding your way into the playoffs. You want to go with a little bit of a hot streak. You need to go in with a little bit of energy, and that helped them going on to their resume. Now Detroit, if they lost that game, it would.
Well, I had a long list of people's names I was going to name off that was disgusted with those Dallas Mavericks. Right. They lost that game last night.
Yeah, but fortunately they did. Now they got 2 more games left in the season. Now Golden State also has 2 games left in the season.
Lakers and Pelicans.
Right, and the Mavericks have San Antonio.
They're playing Lakers right now, I think.
San Antonio and Portland are the Mavericks' last 2 opponents. The Mavericks can win those next 2 for sure, at least for Portland.
Listen, Mavericks, I need you to do me a favor. Coach Kidd, Luka, anybody over there on the starting 5, Dinwiddie with it. We need to be up by halftime, okay? We want to sit everybody in the second half. We want Frank Ntilikina playing basketball.
Time out. You know that's a risk by
No. We need to get up. We need to be blowing these guys out by halftime. So in the second half, I don't want to see Luka.
Okay.
I don't want to see Luka.
What about us? Because here's the thing, and we should. You know what? I'm thinking. What? No. We should get Carolina in here very soon. Because
yeah.
We need to talk. First of all, I'm very upset with Carolina. She came up here into the Metroplex and didn't let us know. I had to find out.
She was here.
I'm upset with her myself than for me because I had to find out from her Facebook post that she's up there. But regardless, we need to get her up here because she is talking a lot of noise about these Spurs who've just made the play-in, and we faced them. So we got to make a deal. Hey, can you just you're already in the play-in? Let us get that W because we really need the next 2 wins. Because if the Golden State Warriors, we need them to at least lose 1 game to ensure that we get the 3 seed. Right? Am I right?
I guess.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to get, that 3 seed. Remember, we are okay tied. If we get a tie, we're tied. Mavericks own the tiebreaker, so that's fine. But we are currently 1 game behind the Golden State Warriors, so we need at least 1 loss by them. So I'm hoping, and they're playing with the Lakers right now.
Who's that?
The Warriors. You said they're playing.
They should be playing.
Okay, so that's
no LeBron, no Westbrook.
Well, okay, so never mind. So that's a win for the Golden State Warriors. And you said they finished off with the Pelicans. Come on, Pelicans! I'm rooting for you. Because I'm telling you right now, Walt, they really need the 3 seed. That is their best opportunity because you don't want Phoenix in that second round. You really don't. That's a cursed opponent right now for us.
Yeah, because no, the Phoenix Suns aren't the cursed opponent. Devin Booker is your cursed opponent. He's the only person that he's been beating them. When the Phoenix Suns sucked, he was the only person that would come and beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, because a lot of people were talking about, this new trade. The Phoenix Suns haven't faced these new Mavericks. The Mavericks faced a shitty Phoenix team and still lost.
Yeah, back when the Suns weren't good, Devin Booker would come here and tear the Mavericks.
Now I'm hoping that Kardashian curse was going to wear him down, but it hasn't. I think that's the Jenners. The Jenners, because he got himself a Jenner. So that's what I'm worried about. But regardless, either way, you get Utah. You either get Utah or you get Denver. Walt, right now, who do you want in the first round of playoffs between those 2?
If I had to pick a team,
Or are you on the mode where bring anybody on in the first round? I don't
First
give a
off,
fuck.
yeah, I'm with that. Bring anybody on.
Right.
Yeah, first off.
You're not afraid of anybody.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
No,
not afraid of anybody. We'll take them all on. Like Dak Prescott said, you line them up, we'll play them any day, anywhere, anytime, any place.
Sorry. We gotta stop the show.
Yes.
Sorry.
Finally.
Sorry, folks. We got to stop the show.
Because
and he is representing two teams to his heart. One, the Texas Rangers on his hat, but
it is
Howard University.
It is funny because the numbers just went up as soon as I went. Yes.
They know.
Yeah, they know. They
sense
it.
This music.
They sense it.
Not only the numbers go up, but it gets a little moist.
All right. Oh, all right. Is that because you're on Ramadan?
Yeah.
Is that because you're on Ramadan that you're thinking about
exactly,
that?
That's right.
Well, listen, if you guys have never experienced HD before, you're going to experience it now because joining us live in the studio, you see him out and about. You've seen him. You saw him this weekend over at AT&T Stadium.
You saw him everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere this weekend. He's at Tobosh10 on Twitter where they talk God, sports, and porn.
Man, I saw him eat a nice little box of pizza.
Yeah, we had some. What was that? We had a Pizza Hut up there.
It was good.
Yeah. Up there in the AAC.
What's wrong with your voice?
Hey, it's a long story.
Man, listen. This guy's been everywhere this weekend. Dallas was lit this weekend, as the kids say.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy was outside, and probably like him, I drove through a monsoon Monday night to get home. I almost needed a boat to get to the house, too. Let me tell you something. It rained so bad Monday night. Oh, yeah. I had to pull over into a garage. Mm-hmm. It was hailing, and this rain that we had, like, if the dude in front of me hadn't put on his hazard lights, like, I would have ran into him.
I was smart enough to move up my birthday dinner to at least like early evening.
Yeah,
6 o'clock. Because like by the time we finished our food, we know it's good thinking because the storm clouds were coming.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. I have never drove through rain like that, and I probably will never do it again. So yeah, like I said, it was like it rained so hard and so fast that it was flooding everywhere. There was flooding everywhere. So Tobosh goes, I text him, he goes, oh yeah, we just waited for the rain to stop before. But look like you ran underneath a bridge.
I didn't go underneath the bridge actually. First of all, how we doing, guys?
Well, we're doing good.
All right, so said parking lot by the aquarium where you asked me about.
Yeah.
Just chilling, parking lot pivoting as the kids say. And I just looked up and it was 12 o'clock. Just like, okay, well, I've been out here. And
you stayed late because they had another like off the record match inside the AC.
It was a good match, so I appreciate that. And then like I started listening to, the backgrounds of the city or whatever, the cars and the bridges or whatever, and I kept hearing this yelling. Like, what the hell is this yelling about? And it sounded like somebody was like arguing. So I kind of like get a look over there by by Munger and Lamar, and there's a hotel right there, and I look at that little open parking lot, and I see this bum, a transient, and he's just yelling at nobody. And he's, those little bikes that you pay for, the scooters and the bikes. Yeah. So he's over there yelling at the bike that's on the ground. Well, I'm looking up, I'm going.
Oh, no.
Well, I was excited because Kansas had beat Carolina earlier in the night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm yelling back at him. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited too. Carolina just lost, bro, so it's all good. And the dude decides to take his anger out on this beautiful Volkswagen Passat or Jetta type situation. And like he was just kicking in the side door, just bam, 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 bam. And I was like, what is this dude mad at? He was
a North Carolina fan.
Being a Duke fan, I was mad last week, but I didn't do that.
He was a fan of those drugs he was on.
That's what.
So then, like, innocent little Vosh, I'm just driving to the red light just to try to go home and get to I-30, and then all of a sudden, something just said, "Look to your left." I look to my left, and it's the same dude sprinting dead at my vehicle, bro. Oh, sprinting dead at my vehicle, waiting at the red light. And so my instincts goes, well, protect yourself, and then speed off. But if I speed off, I'm like, well, I'm just being a bitch. But also, the light was red, so I don't know what's coming around that corner. So I can't speed off because if I speed off, I go into traffic.
Right.
So then instincts said, well, start reaching. And I reached for a little bit, but I'm watching the dude, and don't ask me at home what I'm reaching for.
I would love to know what you're. That was my next question.
Texas is a Okay.
I'm looking at the dude, and I'm going, well.
Oh, so he had a bag of weed.
He's coming hella fast, right?
Uh-huh.
So then all of a sudden he goes, ah! And he stops. And he just turns back around and proceeds right back to that pretty-ass Volkswagen Jetta Passat or whatever the car was. So I'm like, dog, this dude is on something.
Yeah, what drug is that do you think that might be?
Meth.
Or PCP. I'm thinking out-of-body experience.
I think they call it that wet, that water.
So
then, Master P calls
I actually circled around and I saw a cop just posted up in the parking lot with his lights on or whatever. And I just went up to him like, hey, yo, there's this dude bashing in this Passat Volkswagen Jetta thing. You might want to go take a look at that. So me and him just double teamed the whole area and just like kind of like swept.
So you were trying to make a citizen's arrest, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, this dude was big.
You don't even pay tax dollars down there. What are you doing?
What is this?
Your tax dollars in Mansfield.
I was gonna get his ass. Just like today, early on Dallas, Texas TV, where the cop at North Park Mall just apprehended the dude by putting him in a UFC move.
Didn't see that.
I was gonna be that dude, but the dude was kind of bigger than me, so I was like, you know what, cop, you get paid.
You
pay
pay taxes in Mansfield. What are you doing?
Yeah, Mansfield out there, we cheap. You know what I'm saying? we good. We ain't got those issues.
You don't have those issues out there.
In the suburbs.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, these bums are made their way to Addison, Texas. They're on my street corner now. No, they're not everywhere. Are they in Haltom City? How do they get there?
I don't know, but most of our problem is that they just stand at the corners and they're asking for money all the time. But it's like at it used to be at just one stop, and now they're at this stop. Now they're at that stop. Now they're at this stop. And I would never give them money.
Be careful, man, because them dudes make a lot of money.
Some of those are fake.
No, I know. I caught one of them. Because one of them, quick story, one of them came up to me 1 year, like 2-3 years ago. And I was sitting there in the parking lot. I was enjoying some food and stuff. He comes and knocks me and he gives us a sob story about, my wife pregnant or something. And so I gave him like $10. Like, here you go. I swear, a year to the day, he came back same story. I was like, how's that possible? Your wife.
You're like, bro, I just seen you like when I was in 3rd grade. What are you still doing here?
Well, Bosh, we're talking about these Mavs.
Yes.
And what EA was just asking me question. Who would I rather face, the lesser of the two? Would I want Utah or Denver? I want to throw it to you real quick.
And then when I gave him a third thing, are you afraid of anybody?
We're not afraid of anybody.
He's not afraid of anybody. So
we play Phoenix right now.
That's what I said last week.
Yeah, we'll play Phoenix right now.
Are you? But who would you pick between the two, Utah or?
Oh, there is one team.
I don't have a preference.
There is one team I'm afraid of. Golden State Warriors.
See, it's weird that you picked the Golden State Warriors, even though we beat them this series.
Yeah, that's right. You can beat them in the regular season, but the question is, can you beat them in the playoffs?
I'm afraid of Phoenix just because we can't beat Phoenix and Devin Booker.
No, you just can't beat Devin Booker.
Okay, well, he's their main attraction. It's not like anything else. And guess what? Point God, arch nemesis of Tobosh over here, Chris Paul. He makes.
Shout out to my Eskimo brother.
Well, first off, the Mavericks beat Golden State without one of 3 in each game. You either didn't have Clay or you didn't have Draymond.
Okay, that's fine.
So now we're gonna see what happens when you get all 3 of them back. And I want to remind you of something.
But you wouldn't pay either way.
Clay, Steph, and Draymond have not been. These guys are the most seasoned guys in the playoffs right now. They have not been eliminated from the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing.
Since they started.
Either way, you want to face Golden State or Phoenix, hypothetically, either way. Depending on which way you would go, you would face them in the Western Conference Finals. So either way, I'm fine with that.
Well, actually, what you want is for those two to cancel each other out in the next round.
That wouldn't happen.
Because it depends. It depends on if you we're gonna end up in 3rd.
Okay, if we end up, let's say the Mavericks end up 3, that means Golden State has pushed down to 4. That means then they would face each other in the next round.
That's what I'm saying. The next round,
we would take on Memphis and we would find one of the two again. One of the two.
Yeah, but what'd you say? You beat Golden State in the season, right? You might get Golden State in the next round. You never know. That could be
the good thing is we wouldn't get Golden State in the next round.
No, I'm talking about if they beat Phoenix, you would get Golden State. You can get past Memphis.
Well, again, listen. If this Mavericks,
I think the Mavericks can beat Memphis though.
Listen, if this Mavericks team gets to the Western Conference Finals, I'd be on any drug on the planet, jumping off, doing flips, back flips, whatever. I will be having an amazing time. I don't care who we play.
Why?
I don't care if we're down 3-0.
Why?
All you gotta do is win 2 series, right? You in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So you basically gotta win 8 games.
Yeah.
That's not hard to do.
Well, you tell that to the Mavericks for the last 10 years.
That's not hard to do because we did see this last year.
Yeah, they were up 3-1 on the team.
By the way,
exactly.
Oh no, by the way, if you can go back, take out the championship year. outside of 2009, the Mavericks haven't been out of the first round.
Right, you were up 3-1 on the team.
So 2006.
You were up 3-1 on the team, and then you still wanted that coach to be here after they blew that lead. Rick Carlisle.
What did he do?
They lost a 3-1 lead to a team.
The Clippers.
Last season. Yeah. They were up 3-1.
But how was it?
I was talking about the last thing you were.
I'm trying to, and I kept saying, how can you bring Rick Carlisle back in the locker room after they blew that lead?
But it's not really blowing a lead because it was 3-1.
Oh, you had one more game, and these Joe came back and beat you 4 games straight in a row.
So they lost the first game here at the AAC, and then the Mavericks won 3 straight.
No, we won the first.
No, we won the first 3.
Yeah.
No. We won 2 in a row. We lost 1. Then we came back and won 1.
Okay.
And then they came back and
so you lost the first one. You won the next one, and then. But how though?
What?
I don't want to go back and revisit.
You won. We won 2. We lost 1.
They lost the first game.
I think they lost
the game. Luka went nuts in.
Right.
Okay, we went 2-0.
No, we lost that game. He went nuts in.
Yeah, that was the first game.
No. We remember. It was Los Angeles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Check that. That was game 3.
Yeah, that was game 3. That was the one we lost.
Because game 3, remember, we were up big.
It was the AC. Yeah.
They called a timeout, and from that.
And I think we won the second one. AC. It was close, but they pulled it out like it was real close.
Regardless.
And then they came back and
regardless, I'm just saying
the
idea of us getting past. That's why for me, I just want to focus on getting past the first round first. Because that has been something that we haven't been able to do.
I don't think you have that to worry about.
Well, we'll see. And now, you say Utah and Denver both don't scare you?
Give me Denver. Give me Denver.
I would rather face Utah.
Yeah, because they're broken.
No, because
very broken.
Because the Mavericks.
Because we're getting Rudy Gobert next season.
They're similar. They're okay in football terms. In division, you would call it a common opponent.
Yeah,
Utah is more common than Denver is to the Mavericks. Okay. Utah doesn't have an MVP player. Donovan Mitchell is not an MVP player. Rudy Gobert is not an MVP player. Their bench really doesn't scare me except Mr. Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson. Okay. That's the only person that really, really strikes fear in my heart.
You know what? When that team started going out, when they got rid of Ingles, when they traded him to Portland, that's when that team just went.
Yeah.
Walt, did you see the stat about Utah?
What?
They said that if you take just the third, let's say the games ended right after the third quarter, that's it, and you take away other games like ties and everything if they're tied, Utah would have the #1 overall record in the NBA. They said that the fourth quarter, it pretty much shows their fourth quarter struggles are that bad that it's caused Utah to fall to what they are.
That's very telling because of Quinn Snyder. He's supposed to be a good coach down there. He's been there for a while. Former Duke assistant. And
so is it Donovan Mitchell then?
And it could be Donovan Mitchell. It could be Gobert. It could be a lack of depth, which Dallas has. If you think about it,
it does.
Luka has a lot of help. And people don't want to acknowledge that part. But Luka does have help. It's how he gets those guys involved.
Right.
And I think in the playoffs, and we've seen it like yesterday, we've seen it in the last 10 games that these dudes are now helping Luka.
Well, yeah, because we know the Mavs were doing some front running yesterday when they were playing Detroit. I was like, good Lord. Y'all should be blowing these guys out by now. So, Luka shouldn't even be in the game in the third quarter. Fourth quarter either.
And I'm going to agree. For me, I would rather have Utah just because of the fact that, again, as you watch Utah, they're still a talented team, no doubt it. But like I said, you don't want to be sliding back into the playoffs. You don't want to go in there with no energy. And the way they've been going, they're collapsing almost in every game. So that is something you don't want to. And that's, as an opponent, that's something you want. Denver, to me, Jokic still scares me.
Why? All we're gonna do is let him. He can do whatever he wants.
I don't want to play. I don't want somebody that good in my first round match.
Doesn't matter.
If I had to choose, I'm gonna go with Utah, and most likely it's gonna be Utah now. I think Denver's stuck in there.
I mean, I'm just saying, he just got here. He can score as many points as he wants. All we just need to make sure none of those other guys go off.
Well, see, he's one of those guys that not only will he give you 50 or 40, but he'll also give you 14 assists, 18 rebounds, and then he'll keep the ball in his hands.
He struggles against though. Defensively, or who actually plays good defense on him, you're gonna be shocked when I found this out. Maxey
gonna come back in time.
Cleveland gives him a lot.
Yeah, Cleveland gives them little problems down there when they play each other.
Okay.
So I mean, hopefully Maxey can do that in the playoffs over a 7-game series. Again, remember, playoffs are different than regular season matchups.
Game slows down.
game slows down. Also, you're playing a team over a course of a week. Coaches have time to analyze weaknesses and get counter moves ready to go. Things get.
We have a good coach. We have a good smart coach.
Finally, finally.
Yeah, finally. we have a coach that's going to get this thing. He's getting this thing right.
Okay.
I mean, he knows he's been to the dance before. He's been there with this team too. So
I'll say that. And by the way, Mavericks PR is kicking up their support not only for Luka to be MVP, but Kid to be Coach of the Year.
Oh wow! Well, imagine that.
And I think Dorian Finney-Smith is
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year. So they got.
That's not gonna happen.
But regardless, I do get we should feel good about it being a Maverick.
Does he lead in any category in steals, blocks?
You don't have to.
And to be Defensive Player of the Year, I thought you had to be like steals, blocks.
It's a media award. They can do whatever they want with it.
It's overall defensive numbers, efficiency. Will you hold your opponent to the guy you're guarding?
Can you guard think his numbers that good?
5 or 4
of the 3. What's most likely to happen? Luka MVP, Kid, Coach.
None of them.
No, you have to pick.
Likely to happen?
Yeah, likely.
None of them.
Give me Coach Kidd.
So that's the most likely of the 3.
He won't get
Luka's not winning
MVP. Over MVP, yes. Over Luka winning MVP, yes.
Yeah, because that's not happening. They just barely moved him to.
They're going to give it to Mike Williams because Phoenix has been dominant like all season.
But
they've had the number one spot.
They have, but what they did last year versus this year, they've been kind of having.
They've been number one all season.
Didn't they give him Monty Williams Coach of the Year last year?
I think they did.
So they're not going to give it to him 2 years in a row.
He's not going back to back.
They don't do that.
Oh well, then Memphis coach is getting it.
Okay, then
took that team from play-in.
From play into that, but I mean, look what happened to this dude.
And not even that, Ja Morant's been gone and they still winning.
But this dude he's in his first season.
I agree.
And look what he's doing to the Mavs. Had him at third at one point. Been 34 and 12 since they started 16 and 18.
Well,
a hell of a turnaround.
The only real award that I really care about is the MVP, and that's sad. Why
are you guys in such a rush to make Luka the MVP?
I'm not.
Yeah, everybody. Luka should be MVP,
but he deserves it. I'm just saying.
Okay,
top mention at least.
Acknowledge
me, dear NBA. Dear NBA, acknowledge me.
Is that a wrestling thing? I don't get.
It's a Roman Reigns thing.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Don't ever disrespect Roman Reigns.
I'm just saying he needs to be like the fact that he was 6 was like. It's appalling.
Dude, let this dude grow up and cook, man. It's not his time right
now. But they're not letting him cook.
Huh? You're not letting him cook, y'all.
The NBA is like he's below average.
Okay, well, I mean, give him some time. He will be MVP before it's over. Nobody know what Luka.
I'm telling you right now. I'm putting it. He's first team All NBA. That's for sure.
No, Luka came what? 18, 19?
Fifth year.
This is his 4th year.
This is 4th year. I mean, when's the first time somebody's won? Who's the last person to win MVP in like their 4th year?
LeBron
James wasn't in the 4th year when he won MVP.
Maybe Tim Duncan.
I don't know, but I'm saying it's been. Give him some time. Let him get some season on him. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Well, before we wrap it up, do you think the Mavericks do get the 3 seed?
Sorry, Cat's rubbing off on me. Yes, Mavericks are going to get
a 3 seed.
Yeah,
no.
That means Golden State has to lose one of the next 2 games.
They're not.
Oh, well then no, we're getting a 4 seed.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The Mavericks will stay at 4th. And I also think that.
And then that means we would get the Jazz and the
4th.
No, it's. I think Denver can't get above 5th or 6th.
He said Utah.
It's
talking about
Utah. I'm talking about Utah.
No, I know that, but I think Denver's stuck at 6, aren't they?
No, Jazz is 48-32. Memphis is 47-33.
Okay. Well,
they're neck and neck.
Okay, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be a close one, but looks like your Mavericks are going to be the 4th seed in the NBA playoffs. Congratulations to them. Playoffs, anything can happen. So,
yeah.
Of course.
Well, listen.